Hi everyone, this is Jupiter Jim from jupiterjim.com. I'm at my live active blog, Jupiter Jim's marketing team. You can see right here we have two navigation menus, one on the top and one on the bottom. And I'm going to show you in this video tutorial how to create a second navigation menu when you're using the Thesis theme. Before we get started though, I'd just like to remind you to please subscribe to my blog now so that every time I create a video tutorial you will receive it in your email inbox the very next day. Okay, so I'm going to click on this tab in my browser, brings me to my demonstration blog, Jim's MaxGXL Marketing Team, and you can see there is absolutely positively no second navigation menu below the header. So I'm going to click over here on this tab in the browser, brings me to the dashboard of the self-same Jim's MaxGXL Marketing Team where I have already logged in. Okay, my next step is I'm going to go down here, click on at the bottom of my screen, open up a file, and it's a notepad file. Now this contains the code that you're going to need to copy and paste to create that second navigation menu. Now whenever you're using a file for code, you always want to use Notepad if you're using a PC. If you're using a Mac, you probably want to use TextPad. You want to use the simplest text editor possible because more complex text editors like Microsoft Word can sometimes add extraneous characters to the code, and that can destroy your blog, and you don't want to do that. If you want to get the code, just go to Jupiter Jim's Marketing Team. The easiest way to get to that blog would be to just go to the website jupiterjim.com, and at the top of the page of that website there'll be a link to my blog. Just click on it, bring you to Jupiter Jim's Marketing Team, look for the blog post that has to do with the second navigation menu. Okay, and now I'm just going to scoot on down to the bottom of this file, and all this code right here, this is the code that we're going to paste into the custom functions.php file on our WordPress blog that uses the Thesis theme. Now each one of these lines actually represents a tab in the second navigation menu. And what you'll see in the tab is right here you're going to see code for menu. That will be a separate tab, and you'll have a separate tab for recreation, and then you'll have another tab that says vacations. Right up here you'll have a tab for about, and then one for fishing, and then one for marketing here. Okay, and where those tabs link to is on the left. So these four are already taken care of. If you want to create, I guess we've got about 6 total. If you want to create another tab, you're just going to highlight one of these, Control C to copy, put the cursor there, and press Control V or Victor, or Command V on a Mac, and just paste, or you can right click and paste too, whatever you want to do. I'm going to click Control Z to undo that. Now it says paste URL here, so what right here it says that we're going to get the URL or web address for the page that we want the tab to take us to when we click on the fishing tab. Just deselect that, minimize this. I'm going to go to my demonstration blog. I'm going to scroll down, and we're in the Pages widget. So I've already created a page called Fishing. I'm going to click on that, and this is the page called Fishing. So I'm going to go in the address bar in the browser at the top, click once to highlight, press Control C to copy, Command C on a Mac. I can just click there to deselect. I'm going to go back to the notepad file, and right where it says paste, it says pass, but it should have said paste, but at this point it really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to highlight that, click delete, press Control V or Control Victor or Command V on a Mac, and that pastes the URL. We can leave the space there between the quotation mark and the code or not. Here I'm just going to hit the delete button. There you go. So the tab says fishing over here, and it takes us to the fishing page here. Now I'm going to just to let you know, I'm just going to erase that, and you can cut and paste. You can put Google in here, you can put whatever page you want. I just happen to go to Jupiter Jim, so we can leave that on marketing here, or if you want to change the name of the tab, you can just put Jupiter Jim. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so the point of this, showing you this up here, is that you can link to any page or blog on the internet, just about. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight all this, press Control C to copy, click the white space to deselect, minimize this, back to the dashboard. We're going to scroll down here, Custom File Editor. Up here, we go to Custom Functions.php, click that green Edit Select File. And when you do that, you get this little pop-up window here that says make sure you back up the PHP file, and you really should, because if your code is off by just one character, your whole blog can crash, and I know you don't want that to happen. I have already created a blog post and video that teaches you exactly, step by step, how to back up the custom functions.php file, so there is no excuse to be messing around with this file here without first backing it up. That's my last warning. Okay, I'm going to scroll down here. Scroll to the bottom of this, just click in there. I can hit the Enter key if I want, press Control V or Control Victor to paste, and click that big green Save button. And now we have the second navigation menu, but now we need to style the second navigation menu, so I'm going to go back up here, and this is the start of the code to style the second navigation menu, and it ends right there. Some of the things which you can play around with would be like this right here, the colors. I'll show you how to change colors. If you know what you're doing, you can change the font styles, letter spacing, font size. The width right here, I've got it on 100%. You can sometimes use 98, 99%, or you can use a specific pixel number if that works for you. And there's some other colors you can change down here. It says text transform. This is all uppercase. You can do lowercase. You can do capitalized. All this styling information you can find in a 415-page Thesis Theme manual that I sell on my blog. I did not create that manual, and I didn't create, I want to make that clear, the code that we're looking at right now in this video tutorial. That was created by the author of that Thesis Theme manual, #1, and also Godhammer, who is that's the username of one of the people on staff at DIY Themes. He bailed me out of a couple little glitches that I had with the code as well. So that's where I got the code. If you really want to know how to style and stylize and customize the second navigation menu, you really should buy that Thesis Theme manual. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So let me just go up here and press Control-C to copy, click on the white space to deselect, minimize this. We're at Custom Functions. We want to go to custom.css, click Edit Selected File, scroll to the very, very bottom, and I'm going to press Control-V. I'm going to click that big green Save button. And before I do that, I want to mention that I'm using, as you can see up here, Thesis Theme version 1.82, and I'm using the WordPress version. Well, I'll show you. Let's just go back to the home page so you know I'm not making it up. And you can see right there I'm using WordPress version 3.2.1. Okay, I'm just going to right-click up here and get that drop-down menu. If you're in a Macintosh, what you would do is just press and hold the Control key in the lower left-hand corner of the keyboard, and you'll get this drop-down menu. Then click Open Link in New Tab. And as you can see quite clearly, that second navigation menu was created beautifully. If you look on the far right, you can see because I set it at 100%, it ending up right at the edge here. Sometimes you have to tweak it, make it 98, 99%. I'll click on some of these links just so you can see that it worked. There's the About. I added the fishing link, if you'll remember, and I added the Jupiter Gym link, which takes you to a whole different website. And once we're on this website, this is what I was talking about, to get to. You can look up here, we're at Jupiter Gym. Then to get back to my live active blog, you would just click here, and this is where you'll find the blog post with the code to create this second nav menu. That's all there is to it. If you liked it, please click the like button on YouTube. Feel free to add your comments on YouTube or my blog. Subscribe to my blog. Share on Facebook, Twitter. Thanks so much for your support. Take care and have a great day.